Thank you for joining me today for some trauma-sensitive restorative yoga. And as you can see, well, you can't see over here, but I'm surrounded by lots of pillows and blankets. So for today's class, you're going to need lots of pillows and blankets. So if you need to pause, you can do that right now. If you have blocks, go ahead and grab some blocks. I've got 2 pillows, and then I've got 3 blankets. You may, if you don't have blocks, you may want a couple more pillows, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But yeah, we're going to do some restorative movement today, some trauma-sensitive movement today. And we do these movements and these postures slow, and we hold them in order to calm the body, to calm the mind, to bring the nervous system back into order from maybe chaos that's been going on in your day or days, plural. So just bringing everything back down, quieting the mind, quieting the body, working on interoception, which means that our minds and our bodies are beginning to reconnect, and we can recognize that, yes, I do feel this here, and yes, I do have this headache here, and yes, I do have this sore ankle, and what is that attached to? So that's kind of maybe a mind awareness today while we do our movement. So for our first posture, we're going to start off with taking the block, one block, and you want your block half size, and then the other block you want that tall. And if you have a long pillow, or even if you have a bolster, that's even better. But if you have a long pillow, you want to take it right there, and kind of you're making a ramp. If you have pillows, then go ahead and place the pillows so that you are making a ramp with the pillows. And then if you would like, you can place a little bit more at the top here. So we've got that, and now what we want is one of your blankets. You want to take it into a nice long rectangle, and we're going to roll this up. All right, like that. All right, so we're going to roll that right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to scooch up against that bolster or that pillow or pillows. We're going to lean it back right here. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and take that other blanket, and we want to take it onto our feet, onto our ankles. And go ahead and pull that around, and then you can begin to lay it back. And pulling that blanket nice and close to you, pressing your feet on the ground. And then from here, see, we're going to open up the hips and allow those hips to open up, and you've got the support of that folded blanket underneath you. So beginning to quiet the mind, bringing those arms open, and I recognize that this can be a very vulnerable position. So if this isn't the time for you to do this, then maybe do a different class, or maybe finding a different time of day when you are comfortable with your surroundings and maybe nobody's around, because I know this can be triggering to have those legs open, but it's so very good for the hips. We hold so much stress and tension in those hips. So again, finding if this is allowed, if your body is going to let you do this today, if your mind's going to let you do this today, then begin to sink, begin to settle, and begin to relax. And allowing gravity to do its job, pulling those legs down towards the floor with support. Maybe recognizing where you're feeling this at. Or maybe recognizing what feelings are going on. Maybe if this is a very vulnerable position for you, maybe recognizing what is that trigger. And if it's too big, then again, like I said, please, you can stop and you can take another class and then come back when you're ready. So it's always important to listen to your cues, to listen to your gut, and to not force, especially with trauma reactions. Comfortable in our own skin. Again, taking stock, recognizing where am I feeling this? What sensations am I feeling? Am I feeling anything at all? Relax your face, your chest, relax your eyes. Maybe your breathing is slowing down even more, and maybe your thoughts are beginning to slow. As that face becomes heavy, as that body becomes heavy. Starting to reel in maybe some negative thoughts or toxic thoughts, and maybe placing them off to the side. And very slowly, let's begin to come out of this form. So maybe bringing your legs up and then maybe dropping them over to one side, and then maybe rolling yourself over and bringing yourself up. Let's find ourselves in a seated form that is comfortable for you. Doesn't have to be cross-legged. It can be, again, whatever is most comfortable for you today. But maybe sitting it up a little taller, shoulders back, and let's maybe drop our chin to chest, again, if that's available to you today. And then lifting that head up to the sky, and dropping that chin to the chest, and lifting that head up to the sky. Good, and bringing that back to center. Maybe taking our legs a little bit longer, and if your hamstrings, if the backs of your legs are tight, feel free to keep those knees as bent as you would like. We're going to do a little bit more hip here. So when you're ready, maybe beginning to bring the leg in towards you, just as far as is comfortable. And it might feel unstable right here. So maybe if if your hip will let you, maybe taking one leg over the other, and then kind of taking that right hand behind you and using that as a support, maybe into a twist here. And in this twist, maybe we can inhale it and maybe exhale it and inhale it and exhale it. And then we can bring this back to center. And if you're feeling a little bit of cramping in your hip or in your glute, that is very normal, especially, again, if you're holding a lot of tension there. So let's go ahead and release that leg, and let's take it to the other side, maybe pulling that into where it feels most comfortable. And remembering that we don't want to put any pressure on the joints. So we don't want to ever put any pressure on our joints. So we're kind of going to pull in at the shin and underneath that knee. And if it's available to you, maybe taking that leg over and then take our left hand behind for support. And maybe a little twist here. And inhale it deep. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good, let's bring this back to center. And a little bit more for the hips. I can move this stuff off to the side. Again, it might be out of your comfort zone a little bit. We're going to lean it back on our hands a little bit and then take our feet wide, so wider than our hips, and gently drop our knees from side to side. And if that feels like too much for you, then feel free to sit up against the chair or sit up against the wall and drop those knees from side to side. I guess I could have sat up against that wall over there. So I'll move over. But keep moving those knees from side to side. Again, if you're sitting up against a wall, if you need that support, side to side. And maybe when you're ready, maybe dropping them over to one side. And then lifting that up and maybe dropping over to the other side. And then lifting that up. And we're going to go a little deeper here. So now dropping over to one side, and if you can move away from the wall, or you can bring your arms up if they were supporting you. And kind of, so we've got ourselves to the side. We've got our lightning bolt here. And maybe sitting here if it feels available for you or okay for you. Maybe sitting here, maybe rocking it a little bit from side to side. That rocking helps release that hip a little bit. We've got Jericho visiting us right now. And maybe a little bit front to back. Release that. And you can scooch back towards the wall again, or you can use the support of your arms. And let's bring this over to the other side. So bringing that up, got the zigzag legs, and then maybe again rocking a little bit from side to side. And recognizing, maybe noticing, because I just noticed myself that this side is so much tighter than the other side. And so being curious about why that would be. So did I sleep weird? Is there any new tension going on in my life? Is there any new stress? Did I do a different move in an exercise today? Or did I, did I sleep weird or move weird in some way that would make me tighter on this side? So being curious about that difference. and recognizing that. And then from here, maybe again taking that support back and then moving back into a comfortable seated form. And let's go ahead and we're going to get our bolster or our pillows again. And let's take those pillows and blankets and we're going to make a nice long pillow for ourselves. So I don't think I'll need that much length, but you kind of do want it a little bit high. So you might want a couple of blankets. So we've got our nice long high blanket here. And we're going to go ahead and scooch ourselves up. We want both of our knees facing towards me. And then gently bringing ourselves down onto our sides. So taking that down right here and maybe relaxing into this. And as you're relaxing here, maybe again taking stock, recognizing where you might be feeling this or any sensations you might be feeling. Or where are you feeling this if you are feeling it? Maybe it's comforting, maybe it's a little awkward, but recognizing these things. And then let's gently, slowly bring ourselves up, and you can turn over to the other side. I'm going to move this so that I'm still facing you. And again, my knees are going to face this way. And scooching down and laying down and breathing into this. Maybe this is the only time you have during the day where you get to be quiet, where your mind gets to be quiet, where your body gets to be quiet. Be encouraged that you are amazing for taking this time out for yourself. That this self-care is so good for you. Again, like we said earlier, so good for calming the nervous system, calming the looping thoughts, calming the adrenal glands, gently and slowly begin to bring ourselves back up. And now we're going to take ourselves onto our backs. So if you would like to use blanket underneath you, then go ahead and use that. Let's see, let me move this over. So we're going to lay it all the way down onto our backs, laying nice and flat. If it feels better for you to have blankets or a bolster underneath your low back or underneath your legs, then as always, feel free. Feel free in these classes to do whatever helps you feel comfortable. And if anything feels uncomfortable, then don't do it. Remember that I'm just here for guidelines. I don't live in your body. So something may be triggering or maybe not feel good. And so please listen to your body. And give yourself permission to stop if you need to. So what I did here was I put a little bit of height underneath my low back because I like to have my rib cage lifted and my low back lifted, but then I like to have my head back so that my neck can be open, and it opens up my chest a little bit. So this might be something that you might want to try today. Again, experiment with how it feels laying down. Maybe palms up towards the sky. And now maybe turning your thoughts inward. Maybe imagining that you can follow the track of your breath. So you can watch your breath as it's coming in, as it fills up your lungs, as it kind of moves throughout your body, and then watching it as you exhale it out, as it's coming from your toes all the way out through your mouth. And then maybe that air is floating above you and then dissipating. That nice long flow of breath. So again, maybe bringing that air in, inhaling it in, allowing that to move all the way down to your lungs, all the way down to your belly, imagining that you can press that air to your toes. And then as we exhale, begin to let all of that air come up and then out through your mouth, through your nose. Let it float above you and melt into the sky. Maybe practicing that on your own. Breathing, recognizing if your mind maybe wandered. And if it wandered, where did it go? And there's no shame or judgment if it wandered. It's just recognizing. Allowing that breath to move in and out and through and over us. Begin to speak words of truth into your life, into your mind, into your thoughts. The truth that Jericho is playing in the box over there, that's that noise. The truth that you are seen. The truth that you are heard, that your voice is important. Your feelings are valid. The truth that you are worthy of this time. You are worthy of self-care. You are worthy of this investigation that you're doing into your life, of processing through your trauma, processing through difficult places. You are worthy of this. You are strong and courageous for doing this. Speak those words of truth into your life, into your heart. And as we begin to bring our practice to a close today, maybe finding one truth and anchoring yourself in it. So one truth, you are courageous. Or one truth, you are awesome. Or one truth, you are strong. Or one truth, you are making a change. Anchor yourself in that one truth today. Allow that to be the rhythm of your day. Allow that to be the rhythm of your breath, the mantra of your life today. I want to thank you for joining me today. And remember that you are seen, you are heard, you are important, you are valuable, and you are not alone. Be blessed today. See you next time.